Ready? And welcome to Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. You're with Elizabeth, you're with, Rhonda Kelly, you're with Cassie Lake and Brianna Wilson and myself, Leslie Spolavero. How are you, girls?
Hi, good.
And we're broadcasting live from Queensland, New Zealand. What is it? Newcastle, as well as Western Sydney and the studio. So due to COVID, we've all had to, do a live conference call again. So here we are. And welcome, listeners. You're listening to Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. We are international psychic mediums, and what we do is we talk to spirit, and the spirit comes through us, and we relay the message across to you. So if you have a past loved one, or if you want to get in contact with somebody across from the other side, I know that sounds weird. I'm still fascinated by it all, and I do it. So if you have a question for us, go to our Facebook page, Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air, and you will be able to put a question in there and we can answer your questions. Last night we did a 2-hour show from 10 o'clock till midnight on the Spiritual Events Directory, which is every Tuesday night. And tonight we also conduct spiritual mediumship readings tonight every Wednesday night from 8 till 10 p.m. And the girls here that I have, hello Cassie, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Cassie, just to start off the show.
Okay, sure. So I'm Cassie. I'm based in Newcastle. Ever since I was a little girl, I always knew that I could see and hear things a bit differently to most, but I've only just really been embracing it for probably the past, I reckon, few years. So I'm happy to be here and to be able to share this with everybody and just help people. That's what I'm about. So I love it.
Exactly. And how about yourself, Brianna? Yeah. And how about yourself, Rhonda? You're an expert now. You've been doing this for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. It's good to be an expert in something. Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. I was psychic medium as a child, but wasn't encouraged. So it's only been the last sort of 10, 15 years I've I've been taking it seriously myself. But
Right. Well
I really
done.
enjoy helping people and passing messages.
Yes, and so well, I've been doing it only for, oh God, maybe 3 or 4 years. I think I've always had it. I knew I was something when I was little. I remember seeing an angel, but I don't know, because I was so small, I don't know if it was real or not. I had never had a clue. So, but now I know that I'm a psychic medium and I talk to spirit. I do remote viewing, which is when you see everything that you look out of your own eyes. I can see it like that, but it's sort of like a misty mirror, and that's how it comes across to me. So I get names, numbers, I get feelings. Like last night, I had a really sore right side of the hip, remember, girls? And then sure as ever, the person had cancer from the other side of the hip. So that's really quite bizarre. And all this stuff still sort of fascinates me. But the most rewarding part of it, and I think you girls will agree with me, is when we have validations and that we are actually changing people's lives or making them feel better, or, setting the standard so that, we're genuine people. We put our necks on the line, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Twitch as well tonight as well, and live on radio. And we just, give out our best, and we don't fluff it around. We don't ask questions. We just say, give us one question and we will answer it. Then come back to us and validate it for us. And we love everyone else can vouch that I love detailed validation. So if we have got something right, and if we have, said X, Y, Z, or whatever the case may be, we love the proper validation. So send them through to us. And we always get validations via emails, girls. I don't know if I've ever mentioned too much to you, but we got an email from a lady last night, and she's changed her name for security purposes. And she's probably listening right now, but I will not say her name. And she's messaged me today on Messenger, and she's so grateful that she's had us ladies to actually not live her life by, but actually have some guidance from us. And it's real genuine guidance. It's not the fluffy things where you say different generalized stuff. It's actually real life stuff. And she realizes that we are coming from a place of our heart, and where our hearts are on our sleeves. So that's probably the main thing for where we go and what we want to do with our gifts. So and she's on live now. So she's actually had to change her name due to some circumstances and move the country. So that's how serious her life was. And for somebody to come to us and say this, it actually means a lot to us. And I feel like from this point forward, you can always have really, really good close relationships with people, because you actually know that you've changed their life, and that their life is going to be a lot better, because we can see beyond what they can see when they're dug in a hole, or when they're in the quicksand, or when they're in the cement. So would you agree with that, girls?
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
And Rhonda, you've done 15 years of this. So what's your thoughts on what I read to you earlier about the validation? I'm not going to read that on air, but I'll.
Yeah, absolutely. I had goosebumps, and it really, all it comes down to is that's the reason why we're doing this. I mean, we hope that people don't have such extreme circumstances, but whether it's a minor crisis or something as major as that, we're happy to help. And more importantly, we like to empower people and give them the confidence to handle, or at least acknowledge, or feel listened to, or validated, or loved. Like that's beautiful
100%.
for us.
Yeah, 100%. So we can't do everything. We can't pay your bills, unfortunately. we can't pay your bills. We can't hold your hand or anything like that, because we're in a studio and we're in different locations. However, what we can do is we can guide you in the right direction to make your life a little bit better. And I have a few qualified hats that I can put on. I can put on my personal training hat and give you a stereotyped kick up the butt and get you motivated. But then I can put on my project manager hat and then say, okay, this is what you need to do for business. And Rhonda, you could put on your legal eagle hat, and Cassie, you can put on something, I don't know, what your administration, and Bree, your carers and all that stuff. So we've all got these different hats, and that's why we all work together really well, I feel. And it's just so rewarding when we get some really good strong and detailed validations back. So, and I love it. So if you would like to send us a question, go to our Facebook page, Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. Send us your suburb, state, and country. Don't send us your address or your phone number like we've had before. We just want suburb, state, and country, so we can get an idea of how much impact we have and where we're going to. And also, I'd like to know, girls, what's your favourite quote? Over to you, Bree. What's your favourite quote?
Look, my favourite quote would have to be when you can't find your miracle in your life, it's only because you're supposed to be someone else's miracle in theirs. And when we go through a difficult time, and we don't have those role models or those people to get us out of a difficult situation, it makes a massive difference in people's lives to be that person to get them out of that situation, or to at least give them the guidance and the love and the support and the acknowledgement to get out of that situation.
That's beautiful. I love that. What about you, Cassie?
Okay, so I will tone mine down a bit because it's got a few swear words here and there. So, the more
I can't have that on air. Thank you.
I won't do that for you. Is just that, you know what, people are going to judge you no matter what you do, anyways. So you may as well do what makes you happy, and just live your life, really, because they're going to judge you. So
exactly.
Really.
And how about you, Rhonda?
Yeah, mine's actually from Harry Potter, from Albus Dumbledore. This gives me a lot of comfort, particularly with a close friend that died a few years ago. He gave me away at my wedding. But, you know, the quote is, "To an adventurous mind, death is but the next big adventure."
Right.
So
that's beautiful.
They changed the dress to having an adventure.
Yeah, right. That's beautiful, isn't it? And my one is when I used to lecture, I used to tell the students to don't be a worrier, be a warrior. Does that make sense? Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. Yeah, and then I also had one where, you know, there was one where you can say don't practice. The more you practice, the more you win the war, or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it went, but you know, all practice makes perfect, and that's so true. And then, you know, walk your talk. So if you can walk your talk and you're the real thing, especially like psychic mediums, if you're the real thing, then put your necks on the line like we do, and then get out there and do it. You know, don't just sit behind a one-on-one all the time, and don't just sit behind and, you know, a tarot card. Or I'm not having a go at tarot cards again. So don't get off the bandwagon. Far out. And that was, you know, the moral of the story the other week ago, apparently. But challenge yourself and push yourself outside the boundaries so that you can actually pull in spirit, so that it's actually a lot better for you. And it's a lot, you know, you get lots more messages, you get lots more, you know, the psychic and the mediumship as well. You don't just get guidance from a card, you know. That's how I see it. I really, and that's my opinion. So too bad if you don't like it. I don't care. But anyway, so this last month, what we did, girls, we had a smile for June month, and I believe that I had a few emails from people saying, thanks, Leslie, for you know, suggesting that challenge for the June month. So this month, what I wanted to do was make another challenge, and that was, what have you done, or what will you do to share the love this month? So that's one I'm putting out there for this month, so that people can share the love. And, you know, like even when we're on Facebook, I never ever, I hate that like little button. I always love everything, and it's not because I love I do love everybody, but I don't love everybody, especially like if you do that to a male, if I send kiss hug, I always send kiss hugs and loves and all that stuff, and I'm thinking maybe they think the wrong thing of me, but it's not like that, okay? But I always think there's not enough love in this world, you know. So that's where I come from. And then last night also we got numbers, so we had quite a few questions on our show last night about people seeing double numbers, quadruple numbers, you know, triple numbers and things like that. So if you'd like to know any more information about that, go to our Facebook page, Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air, and just review what we spoke about the numbers last night. And in that way you can see what we mean by angel numbers and spiritual guides and things like that. So and I'll go from there. So Rhonda, do we have a question yet?
We've got lots of questions. If I could just share a couple of quotes from other people.
Yeah, awesome. That's
Lenny has said that his favourite quote is, "Through healing others, we heal ourselves,"
which
is beautiful. And also Jennifer Wilson has said, "Comparison is the thief of joy."
Oh,
that's really wise.
So tonight I'd love to get more quotes, because I love quotes. I love all those, you know, Instagram quotes and some of those Facebook quotes. And I think I have about 47,000 photos of snapshots on my Facebook page. And it's quite bizarre because I not my Facebook page, so on my phone. Somebody just walked in and freaked me out then. So I thought you were a ghost. He's looking at me.
Was it living?
I thought you were a ghost. That's why I nearly freaked out. I know you're going into the boardroom, but look, you got to warn me. You can hear me out in the foyer. You know, do you know what I mean, girl? Rhonda would know because she's been in here before. It just freaked me out. Sorry. Did you know I'm a psychic medium? You just about scared the life out of me. Oh my God. Anyway, and is there any more quotes there, Rhonda?
No more quotes, no.
So Yeah, I'm sure they'll come through. So if you have a fantastic quote, and I'm sure they all are, just send them through to us. We'd love to hear them because I love quotes and I'd love to use them in the future as well. Also, if you have a validation from any of our previous shows or something's come true, or if you've got that job or you've got that love of your life or you found that ring or you've got some peace and or remove some sorrow, then let us know as well. We love to hear that. And also go to our Psychics on Radio Angels on Air Facebook page and like us. Don't follow us. I don't like that word follower. I feel like everyone's stalking us, but but I'd love to have everybody like us. And then when you actually go to our page and you do like us, when you go to our page and you like the actual the event, well, I actually invite you to like our page, and then I go back there a few days later. I go, they still haven't liked us. What's going on? So I don't know how that works, Facebook. So stop telling everyone to follow us. Tell them to like us. So send us your locations. We'd like to say hello to Chase. He's one of our top fans. He's one of our youngest top fans. He's been with us since we were first on our live on our show. We'd also like to say hello to our top fans. So there's a lot of people, Nicole Byers. We've got Lenny Dorr. We've got Nicole, and I'm trying to get her name right. She's from overseas. So thank you, Nicole. We've got a lot of people that follow us, but like us and refer us, and we can help a lot more people when we do this. So send us your questions and we'll get started. So do we have a question first up, Rhonda?
Yeah, we do from Julie Robertson. Or
Okay.
Julie Robertson. I'm thinking Julie Robertson.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're
Julie.
You're thinking of Pretty Woman.
That's right. I'm sure you're beautiful, Julie. I'm sure you're very beautiful. Will I
Okay,
get my housing soon and move? Julie asked.
Okay, over to you, Brie.
Sorry, could you please repeat the question? I didn't really hear.
Oh, sure.
Sorry, Wanda.
Will I get my housing soon and move?
Will you get your housing soon and move? Look, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. I am sensing a very positive energy and moving forward when it comes to that. However, I do feel that a lot of the withdrawals and a lot of the blockages that you do have is because you keep trying to force something that isn't yet ready to happen yet. Things all take time, and to process. Everything takes a lot of time to get things done, and everything will fall into place as it should. I do believe that you will get it. It just may not be in the time that you're wanting it to, but just be patient, because everything's all about patience. You will get the result that you desire, but it's not going to happen straight then and there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you.
Over to you, Cassie.
Okay, so straight away I just got the number 3. I can't specifically tell you if that means 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 days that you're going to get news about something to do with your housing. I do agree with Brie. I do get the feeling of that you're putting too much pressure on one particular spot at the moment. I would sort of just let it happen organically. There is good things that are going to be coming your way, but as I said, just keep an ear out for that 3, the number 3. That's all I keep hearing. But good things are coming to you, so just it's going to happen. So I'll pass you on to Rhonda.
Yeah, beautiful, Julie. It's interesting that Cassie got 3 because I was drawn to October, so that's 3 months.
Wow, beautiful.
I'm feeling the need to right now take a step back and trust, put the intent out to the universe. It's almost like you're worrying about things you can't control as opposed to addressing things you can control. So there's a bit of a shift in priorities, sort of look at the bigger picture as well being told. So I'm feeling like it's going to be happening sort of towards the end of the year, but I'm also feeling the need to tell you to do it to move in one go, because I feel like you're considering moving somewhere in the interim and then moving again. I can see you moving just once and not twice. So I don't know what that's about, but it just feels like trust and just be a little bit more focused and move just the once. So thanks, Julie. Pass you over to Leslie.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with everybody. I get the number 47. So 4 and 7 is 11 as well, and 11 is 2. So keep them numbers in mind. I also, when Brianna started talking, I got 3 to 6 months. So 3 to 6 months time, everything's going to change. So brace yourself for it. Save your money now for the home, and also with regards to the property, make sure that you, and just as Rhonda says, if it's not working right now, there's a reason for it not working right now. And that's for everything, with these bad times. Spirit does things in wonderful ways, and it holds you back if it's necessary to hold you back. And that's what I feel is going on right now. So if it's not the right timing, it's just not the right timing, and be patient. That's what I'm getting. And just, find the property that when you go into it, it feels right. If it doesn't feel right and there's that 1%, and I mean 1%, that's how small it is, of, doubt or anything like that, don't go with the property, because you're not going to be happy. It's going to be bad energy. And you need to actually sit. I can actually see you sitting in the lounge room, and it's if it's in your lounge room right now, I feel like there's a cream or a light colored leather or a material lounge. It looks like a creamy color or a light colored leather or creamy color material lounge. And that's what I see. And I see it looking out with windows behind it. And so with this property, it's going to be really, really a happy place. And I always say that your home should be your temple. So if things are unsettled and you're not comfortable in your home, it's your temple that's incorrect, or there's something not right with the temple. So the temple is unbalanced, or it needs to be aligned with something. And if there's a lot of fighting, there could be just bad energy in the home. And that's how I see it now. I never used to see it like that before 2 or 3 years ago, but now that's what I see it. And I always say that if things are not right, or if something's not going in your way in your home, then it's the temple that's out of balance, and it's hard to balance that when there's a lot of miscommunication, there's a lot of lack of communication or anything like that in the home. So it's all about rebalancing yourself first, then trying to fix the outside problems. If it's too bad, for example, I had one of my customers, and he contacted me and said, Leslie, my children are waking up, every morning all three of them, they're all in 3 different rooms, and they're only young kids. And he said, they're all waking up at, 3 o'clock on the button. They'd all be jumping in my bed. And he says, I feel like there's someone in my house. And I said, and as he said that, I saw a spirit in the house. And I said, yes, I was just about to say that. And so what I told him was, or what I found out as well, was that if he moves home, the spirit is still there on the property. So it's not going anywhere. That's what I got told by my teacher. So if the property's moved or it's knocked down, the spirit is still hanging around there. It's got nowhere to go. So it doesn't matter if you build a new home there, but the energy it needs to change. So you need to acknowledge them and send them off into the love and light, send them away and get rid of them. And then that way they can actually be in peace and go away quietly. So it sounds really weird and wonderful and bizarre, and the guy out in the foyer is looking at me as if I've got three heads in one eye. And no, I don't buy it either. But that's what I've been told. So I'm not sure exactly how true it is, but anyway, we'll get on with it. So we've got another question, ladies, and it's from Monique Keane and Kiene, and she would like a mediumship reading on her father, please. So over to you, Cassie.
Okay, I think that might be who. See, what happens with me is when before I log on, I just get a whole heap of spirits talking to me at the same time. So I think that's who I might be talking about. So your father, he's saying that there are, well, for starters, he is around, but also too that you have been looking through photographs of late. I'm seeing a lot of photographs, some sort of sprawled around, or that you've been thinking about maybe you should be putting some photographs up here or there or displaying them somewhere. He wants you to do that. So he's with you. He's always by your side, but he's really just stressing to me about the photographs. Yes, do it. Show them off. Or yeah, it's along those lines. So so please do that with the photos. So I'll pass you on to Bree.
Hi there. Look, what I'm picking up with your grandfather is a polo shirt in particular, like a cotton polo shirt, one of those really soft ones that you'd almost find wearing around in summer. I feel that he was very much he loved to wear nice, cool, relaxing clothes. I don't feel that he likes to wear tight, restricting clothing at all. I am picking up glasses as well, and also a golden chain. So I do hope that resonates with you. But he is a little bit concerned about how you're dealing with things on an emotional level when it comes to your finances and your friends and your social circle and everything like that. He's telling me she's too kind. So he's still trying to get the point across to you to it's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to feel sometimes it's okay to be a little bit intimidated at times, and it's okay to speak up. I feel that's a big message that he wants to portray to you. It's okay to speak up, sweetheart. Don't be scared. Don't ever let anyone walk all over you. So I'll leave that one up there. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Monique. He's telling me that you don't like, or he doesn't like purple. And it's interesting that Cassie's picked up around the photos, because I'm seeing that he's either in a purple, what's it called?
Frame.
Purple case frame. Thank you.
Yes.
I meant to blank. There's a photo of him in a purple frame or something, or he's next to something purple. He doesn't like it, and he's saying don't. And he's showing. I feel like you're considering putting photo frames on the wall. And he's saying don't worry about that. Just put it on a bench. Like, this is quite practical. And he's saying don't. And he's saying you're not going to look at it anymore anyway. You're going to look at it less. So it's this kind of is a bit practical like that. I also felt the concern about money as well. Your dad, I'm feeling at times in his life really went without. Like, he was never super wealthy, but I feel like he worked really hard to get where he was and have what he was. And he was very proud of that, and that strong work ethic. And you have that as well, Monique. But he's saying don't let yourself go without. Like, it doesn't matter if other people have things. Make sure you don't go without. So there's a bit of a need like that. Like, it's not as extreme as sort of what he went through at times of his life, but he wants you to be comfortable and he wants you to be happy. So just keep that in mind. And honestly, don't worry about the photos, because he likes the way they are. He likes them where they are. Thanks for that, Monique. Pass you over to Leslie.
Yeah, hi Monique. Thanks for your question. When I feel anxiety with people, I feel it in my chest, and I feel really heavy in my chest, and my heart starts to beat, and I feel like it just takes my breath away. And I feel like your dad had on his left side was a headache or a stroke or something like that to the left side of the face, because my vision went, as well as I feel like there's pain there, and it feels really hot on that side, and the vision is just not quite right. And also, you know, the anxiety that he had from his life, and hardworking, creative person, very, very hands-on with everything. I also see he's showing me tools and spades and things like that. And I feel like he was either a handyman or handyman around the house, or some sort of, you know, he showed me digging in dirt or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what type of role that is. That could be anything. But he showed me that, you know, the photo frames that the girls are talking about, I see them on a mantelpiece, and I see them on in a hallway with what's it called, floorboards, polished floorboards. It's got really, really old white walls with the, you know, architraves are really old as well, and it's and the frame is, you know, important. He's showing me a photo, and it looks like it's a black and white photo, and it looks like that he's got another lady with him as well. And I feel like this lady's got sort of the permed hair, and, you know, she's got a t-shirt on and shorts on as well. I don't know if that's your mother or a grandmother to him or not. I'm not sure. I can't quite see that. But I'm feeling, you know, he's quite anxious with a few things in his life, and he's done well. He's a hard worker, and he's also shown me that he wants you to smile. He's saying she's not smiling enough. She's not actually, you know, getting on with her life as much as she can. He said, you're pulling back too much, and then this time is the time for you to shine. He says the sunlight is shining on you, but you're not seeing the rays. And he says, I want you to notice the rays when you wake up in the morning. I want you to feel good about yourself. I want you to wake up with a spring in your step, because he said, lately I've been watching you tossing and turning in bed, and I can see you tossing and turning in bed, and you're not actually you're not comfortable. You're not actually relaxed. He says, you look like you're stressed all the time in the face. You look like you've got this load, and I feel this load on my shoulders as well. And he just wants you to relax and to take a step back, and to actually, you know, think about yourself, and to everyone else will be fine. He's saying, just think about yourself and start to, you know, look after yourself a bit more. And also, I get headaches with you as well, because I just got a huge headache all of a sudden. And I'll leave it there. And he says, all the best. Keep your chin up, love. He said, make sure that you're smiling every day. He says, look in the mirror and smile. He says, it'll make your day. He said, and I'll leave it there. Thank you. Ladies, we also have Donna Louise. She would like a general reading. I think I wrote down her name. Do you have one there, Rhonda? I can't go back that far. Sorry.
Are we reading Donna or?
Sorry?
Are we reading Donna or someone
else?
Else?
Sorry, I missed what her question was. I wrote down her name and I jumped to something else. What was her question?
I didn't see Donna's. So I
Oh,
was
here it is.
looking
She
at
said,
someone else.
sorry, she wanted it. Sorry, she said, can I have a full reading, please? Well, that's going to take over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So go, Donna. You can't. I'm sorry, even though you're a top fan. Thank you, Donna Louise Carolyn. Even though you're a top fan, but no, we can't do a full reading. We can give you a general. So there, okay? Then it's
General,
better than
yeah.
nothing. Okay, thank you. Over to you,
Yeah.
Cass.
Oh, to me?
Yep.
Sorry, yep. Okay, sorry. So straight away, I got a woman that is staying with you. She's quite thin, bit frail, glasses. Okay, that's all I can really see of her. Okay, but this woman is stepping forward, and she's just wanting to acknowledge that, let you know that she is with you. I don't feel like it was that long ago with her passing. I'm not too sure, but anyways, she just wants to let you know that she wants you to feel more confident. There's something going on at the moment that you are not fully giving yourself all to. Like, she feels like you're holding a bit back. I don't know if it's work related or if it is got something to do with, I don't know, just meeting. I don't know. I'm seeing a few people as well. So maybe meeting new people or something like that. You're sort of holding yourself back. She just wants you to feel more confident again within yourself. Like, just showing me she's sort of pushing her chest out a bit, like confidence, confidence boost that you do have it within you. So I'm not too sure what that's about, but she's telling me that, yeah, she's with you every step of the way. So I'll put you on to Rhonda. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful.
Great. Thanks for that, Donna Louise. Yeah, I'm sort of feeling a bit agitated tuning into your energy. And I don't actually feel like that's with you. I feel like that's the woman around you. And I'm also feeling a bit of sort of anxiety with you about eating. It's almost like you've done something a bit too drastic with your diet, and I'm feeling just a bit of a dry mouth, and I feel a bit sick. Like, I feel like whatever you've done, either you've not sort of you've done it too extreme, or you're eating or doing something that's sort of disagreeing with you. And I'm feeling that this woman around you is sort of influencing you, or she's like, you're kind of taking her opinion a bit more seriously than you need to. So I just feel like a bit of balance and kind of just
Yeah, hi Donna. One thing I am picking up on with you when I tap into your
back to
energy
basics and
is
looking after
the fact that you are wanting something to happen so much that you're kind of delaying it in the process. I feel that has a lot to do with a home project potentially, or something that you're working on within your but you are being encouraged very much to stop being so pushy when it comes to that, and just sit back and let nature take its course. Your hard work is being acknowledged, and your pain isn't going without. It's not going in vain. Everything is going to happen as it should. But I do feel there's a sense of a lot of agitation and frustration there. So you need to just, as I said, let things go as they should. I'll hand you over to Leslie.
Yeah, hi Donna, thanks for your question. I get the number 14 and 13, actually 13/14/15. I get those primary, I don't even know if they're primary numbers. I didn't do maths at school, I did history. So I'm really bad at maths. So 13, 14 and 15. So 1 and 3 is 4, 5 and 6. So whatever those numbers mean to you, so keep them in mind for yourself. And I also feel like that this time is a time of transition for you. And I feel like there's a lack of communication in just about everything you do. And you're sort of like confused, just saying to yourself, wow, what's going on with that person, or what's going on with this person? Don't worry about them. Just let them be, and just, sit back in the background. And I've been saying this a lot last night as well. Sit back in the background, just see what happens, So sometimes when we jump in too deep, we get even deeper in the quicksand, but we don't want to be in quicksand. We actually want to pull out of that, and not dig ourselves a hole, even further. So just sit back and see what's happening. And I feel like this is all going to change. 2 to 3 weeks, things is going to change. So brace yourself and save your money as well. They're telling me, they're saying to me, the pennies are coming in, but more is going out. So there's like 3/4 of going out and only half of coming in. So, and I still don't know maths, but that seemed about right. Was it, girls?
Yes,
so,
that's right.
Okay, and I'll leave it there. Thank you. We'll be back in a second. Right. I'm about to go live. Give me a second. Give me a second. And welcome back to Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. You're with Rhonda Kelly, Cassie Lake, Brianna Wilson, and myself, Leslie Spalaviro. And we're going okay, girls? You're all right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All good.
Okay, so we're on fire here. The man out in the corridor wanted to say something to me. I said, no, we can't. I'm going live to air. He's just hung himself out.
Bye-bye.
You'll have to come in. You have to come in a minute. Hold on a sec. So we've got a lady by the name of I've lost it. Ashley Norcott, and she says she wants some guidance, girls, on a relationship. She's been in a relationship for 5 years. She has 2 kids, and she says she's going through a rough patch right now. So she just wants some guidance on the relationship, please, girls. Over to you, Bree.
Hi, Ashley. How's it going, doll? Look, it's never easy when relationships come to a bit of a cross section, and I guess you just trust your intuition when you start to get feelings in your stomach about things not being too right. It's your body picking up on things that your eyes actually can't pick up on. It's energy. So don't ignore the red flags, because it is going to end up you will pay for it in the future. I promise you that much. But just sit tight. Just keep loving and nurturing your children the way that you have been. But don't make any rash decisions based on temporary emotions. Does that make sense? So get all your evidence, but get all your evidence underneath you first. And just walk into it with a rash and calm mind. Okay, don't be hasty and don't jump just because you're feeling like you can't handle it anymore. Over to you.
Right.
Yeah, thanks, Ashley. Look, I'm feeling there is a bit of an energy balance between you and your imbalance between you and your partner. You're the one running around doing all the work, and you're quite. It's almost like you've got no resource because you're sort of using them all for others, so you're not giving any to yourself. So I'm feeling that overall that you're just tired and it's a feeling of frustrated and over it. But Bree's completely right. Just there's no need to sort of rush any decisions. I do feel like see if you can get some sort of a respite in order to sort of gather your thoughts and be completely sure. It just feels like I'm also feeling my throat sort of closing up. Like I feel like you will be speaking your power, and that energy balance will improve. But really have a think about, really be completely honest with yourself about what exactly you want in a relationship, because it just feels like there's been a lot going on, and I'm hearing a lot of noise. Like I feel like every relationship goes through a rough patch, and you have lots of difficult things happening, and it's when it's all happening at once, or it's all been happening for a long time, you do get to the point where you just think, I'm tired, I want a break kind of thing. And I feel like you're at that stage, and I don't feel like your partner is at that stage as well. It's almost like he's sort of stepped away from that, or he sort of had some respite, but you haven't. So see if you can get, use the resources around you, get family to help babysit or something like that, just to have a little bit of time to yourself to have a think about it, and even, talk to someone if that's what you need to do, Ashley. So thanks for that. I'll pass you over to Cassie.
Hi. I'm pretty much picking up exactly what Bree and Rhonda did say as well. I know I can feel a real lack of communication, and that's where the closing of the throat I felt for me, like you're just not being heard, and then that lack of communication, and you're just not getting any rest. The kids are taking up a lot of your time. It's life. I'm sure we've all gone through it as well. But I do feel like maybe suggesting just to get back to basics again with your partner. So like maybe even if you just have a date night, have a date night, somehow just get the kids looked after. Just if he's not hearing you when it comes to that though, if he's not really wanting to do it, or if you manage to have a date night and it's just not clicking, I think then backing up pretty much exactly what Wanda and Bree said about then just don't rush it, but just you need to clear a mind just to think about the next steps, basically. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I'll put you through. I'll pass you on to Leslie.
Yeah, hi, Ashley. And I'm going to say it again, and I say this nearly every week with every love relationship, that love should never hurt. So if it's hurting, it just should never hurt. There should be some sort, if people get together and they marry each other, it's for life. It's the monogamy, is that the word? Rhonda, you're the expert.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Expert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
It just should never hurt. And if it's hurting, there's always a reason why. It's either lack of communication, or there's something that's miscommunicated or something like that, So I agree with Cassie as well. Go back to basics and see what's going on. And Bree said, look out for the red flags. And I totally agree with I agree with all the ladies. And, if it's not right, it's just not right. But if you're willing to make it work, then make it work. If it's worth the while to make it work, other people, even if they know someone for 20 or 30 years, I always say too that you don't know anybody unless you know their childhood. If you know their childhood and what happened to them then, because sometimes that comes through and it reflects into the future, and it doesn't matter how well balanced they are when you met them, or for the last 10 years, 15 years, whatever it may be, or 7 years, 5, doesn't matter. Whatever comes after that, and if they're behaving out of the norm, something's not right. So follow your gut instinct and don't be too hasty. Just sit back and watch again. And go from there. Emotions are contagious as well. So if you're pushing out something that's negative or concerned, or you're not trusting someone, or whatever the case may be, or asking too many questions, that's what I feel as well, then they're going to sense that as well. So it's a double-edged sword. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But if you don't, then you're going to be snookered later on. But I highly recommend saving your money, and also putting some money aside for a potential, and I don't say this that something's going to happen, but potentially if something happens in the future, that you have backup money. And I say that for all relationships, it's not just yours as well. And I'm not predicting that there's going to be something happening, but you never know when you need something, if the partner is not there anymore, or something happens to them, or whatever the case may be. Not saying that there's going to be something happening, but you always have to have some sort of backup plan for yourself. And if you're independent with that department, then you'll feel so much better about being your own supportive mechanism for yourself. So and I'll leave it there. Thank you. So we have a general reading for Bianca Martin, please. Over to you, Cassie.
Okay, straight away, Bianca, I'm picking up on there is a cloud over everything in life at the moment. I can feel that. I feel like there's things going on at home with your own personal life, which I don't. Yeah, which I'm sure you understand what I'm speaking of. That there is another, like as I said with another lady before, there is a lot of lack of communication. I feel like there's something not quite right. You're feeling a little bit lost, very heavy. The emotions are feeling very heavy at the moment. I feel like, look, there is going to be direction. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, I can feel that you're feeling very pressured and it's coming in on all angles, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. I am seeing I'm seeing a number 3 again. I don't know if that's 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 days, but just keep the number 3 in the back of your mind. Things are going to get better. Bianca, I can see that for you. Just start it with just a positive thought. It's just going to get better. That's what I'll say. So I'll just pass you on to Bree. Thank you.
Yeah, Bree, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's funny because I can hear you over the radio, but nobody on Facebook can hear you. So we'll jump over to Rhonda. Can you log out and then log back in, please? Sorry. We'll jump over to Rhonda.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you, Bianca. Look, I'm feeling overall that you're too critical on yourself, too hard on yourself. And I know that's not what you want to hear. I just feel like that's going to be a bit confronting for you to hear that. But I'm feeling almost like my face hurts. Like I don't know whether you frown, like when you think about yourself. It's like you, it's like you frown and you think about yourself, and then your face hurts. Like, so I'm feeling like that's where you hold stress in your body. You know how some people either get in their stomach or their shoulders or their it's almost like when your guides are telling you to stop doing what you're doing. Like it's a very heavy negative energy. So I'm feeling like when your face hurts, stop the negative thought and turn it into a positive. So rather than, oh, well, I should have done this better, I should have done that, saying, well, I did this the best that I could, I'll do that a little bit better next time, or something like that. So turn that sort of around. And I'm also feeling just, there's no need to make decisions right now, Bianca. It just, not that I feel like you've got any major decisions coming up, but it's like you're worrying about little sort of things, how things are flowing. When things aren't flowing well, it's for a reason, so you're not meant to decide. So I just feel like sort of take it a bit easy and you know, shout yourself a massage or something like that, like, and even have a point of putting in a diary, you know, every 2 weeks or something, how often you're going to catch up with friends or do something that you enjoy. It just feels like a bit more balance and, you know, really raising your vibration by sort of reducing the stress. I feel like that's really important for you, Bianca, just to have that balance. Thank you. But let's hope we've got Bree back.
Yeah, so
We do.
Bree,
I am
if you could just talk for a second, Bree, can everyone just go to Facebook? On Facebook, can you tell us if you can hear Bree?
Sorry, guys. I'm
Please.
really.
Can you hear Bree? If you can't hear Bree, let us know. But I will go next, Bree, just in case they can't hear you. Okay, so
All right.
until they say that they can. So we've got who is it? Bianca, and she
Bianca.
just wanted she just wanted a general. So I feel like there's a lot of stress and a lot of, like, I'm just going to sound bad, Bianca, but heavy breathing, like as if there's a lot of pressure on you, a lot of stress on you, a lot of you know, the eyes are aching, the head's aching. I can't tell you, like, I feel really bad. I feel overall really bad and really down and low in myself. And I feel like this is a time of change, and it's like someone's put you know, a knife in your chest. I just feel pain in my chest, and I feel like this is either a love relationship, heartbroken type thing, or it's on the cusp or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I can't quite see it yet. However, this has taken your breath away. The health is not in order, and I also feel that you're not drinking enough water, and your throat is really, really dry, because I've got a really dry mouth now. And I feel like this is the time for you to look after yourself, Bianca. Pull back the reins and just see how you can actually start to recover from different things, because you're quite sensitive, and they're saying to me that the stress is overwhelming you and that you actually you're not coping quite now with it. But however, this is all going to change. You know, I get the number 6 to 8, which could be 6 to 8 weeks or 6 to 8 months, which is a long time, but just bear with it, because it will all change, and I feel like it's going to be for the better. So, and I'll leave it there. Over to you, Brianna.
One thing I am noticing with you, Bianca, is a real feeling of stagnant energy. I feel that you are really frustrated with not being able to move forward in the direction that you're wanting to move. So you just try meditating. I really feel that I'm hearing meditate. I feel that you need to learn how to ground yourself and kind of gain control of your emotions and gain control of your mind before it, like, you know, dictates how many more months or years down the track you're allowed to happen. Does that make sense? I'll leave it there.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Well done. So we've got a lady by the name of Nicole Williams. So somebody's moving there online. I don't know which one of you is. It's coming right through to my ears. I will be a couple of more seconds out there. I don't know your name, but the ghost in the foyer. We've got Nicole Williams, and she would love a guidance reading, please, girls, about her work-wise. She said she's feeling overlooked within the workplace. She said, can we help her out there or give her some guidance, please, girls? Over to you, Brianna.
Look, I do definitely feel that you are getting not taken advantage of, but your hard work isn't really being acknowledged. I am picking up on vulnerability in the workplace as well. Perhaps you're getting, like, or maybe there is bullying or at least gossiping or, you know, negative energy around the workforce that just really isn't doing anybody any justice. I do feel that there could be a new job on the horizon for you within the next. I'm saying 6 and 3, so 6, 7, 8. That's 9. So give it about 9 to 10 weeks, I reckon. Couple of months, maybe 2 months, I'm picking up that you are going to have another opportunity where you're going to be able to get out of this situation. The job that you're in at the moment, I'm feeling very much is just like a stepping stone, and I feel that it's going to be able to get you into bigger and better places. Just hang tight. Thank you. I'll hand you over to Rhonda.
Beautiful.
Yeah, with what Bree said. That's exactly what I felt. It really, I mean, you're feeling overlooked, Nicole, because you are, and I'm also feeling I'm being drawn to a male who's going to help, and this male feels like he was in that workplace but he's left, but you actually had a good collaborative working relationship, I feel like it's worth reaching out to him and saying, hey, can I buy you a coffee? Let's chat. Just to sort of read your cover letter and that sort of thing, because in terms of, transferable skills that you have in different industries, I feel like you're capable of a lot more than you realize. I feel like you're a bit, if you were to look right now and look at other jobs you could do, Nicole, you would be a bit limited. So I am really drawn to this male. He's got a really funny shaped nose is what I'm being shown. Whoever this male is that's left your previous workplace that you had a good relationship, definitely reach out to him. Just talk to him outside of the workplace because you're looking at moving. But I actually feel like he'll know exactly where you're coming from, and feel like he'll give you a bit of guidance about that. It's just I'm seeing you sort of in a little sailboat, and you're basically changing direction, but you're also it's almost like having a broader perspective. So it's time to change direction, and definitely a new job coming up for you, and it's going to be a lot better. So thanks, Nicole. I'll pass you over to you.
Beautiful.
Well, Nicole, I pretty much got exactly what the other two ladies said. They pretty much all said what I was going to say. So.
You know what I'm going to say too, girls. If you're psychic, I'm going to say exactly. I'm going to say what they said.
That's why I'm nothing really else to add. But yes, but basically, you are getting overlooked because you feel like you are because you are. There is like a jealousy type thing that it's just, but exactly what the other two ladies said. So that's I'll hand you on to Leslie.
Yeah, so Nicole, if you're feeling it, usually our girls are really quite in tune with everything. So I believe that you're quite spiritual yourself, Nicole. And what I'd like to say is, just brace yourself, look after your health as well. Because sometimes when you're feeling overlooked and you're feeling ignored, you tend to, want to draw attention to yourself, but don't draw any negative attention to yourself because you want that attention. You know what I mean? So don't do that to yourself. Just, step up a little bit and perhaps, look at the managerial section and sometimes like one of the girls said that people are jealous as well. And if they feel threatened as well, then, you're pretty much on the back burner. So especially if someone's higher than you. And I also get pain in my right side of my stomach as well, and I feel like there's something not right there with either you or somebody around you, Nicole. So get that looked at for me, please. And just head up, walk in there like an exclamation mark. Don't walk in there like a question mark. And I always say that as well, which is a really good thing that I learned when I used to lecture. So it always comes in handy. So girls, we've got quite a few top fans on our page, and have we got any validations there, Rhonda?
Yeah, we do. We have a few actually. We have a validation from Ashley, who
are they meaty?
Gave the meaty.
Meaty, yeah. I like the detail.
They're meaty. They're detailed. It's good. Good cuts of meat. So Ashley was the lady we did the relationship question for. For a rough cat for 2 kids.
Yep.
So she said, "Thank you so much, ladies. It's hurting for sure. He's my first partner ever. Didn't have boyfriends in high school, and I just feel like something isn't right and it needs to change. There are so many red flags. We just lost our son at 35 weeks 4 years ago, and I can't seem to look past that. We were each other's rocks." So, sending you hugs, Ashley.
Yeah, so really she should really, like exactly what we all said earlier was to, even like Cassie said, go and revisit and, go back to basics again, So when they lose somebody, in the family, especially a child, it's never ever easy for anybody, and no one puts a time limit on how long you have to grieve for. So, don't be so hard on yourselves, guys, And he's feeling it as much as you're feeling it too. So
and it's so difficult when it's an unborn child as well, because it's almost not validated or not spoken about. There's a lot of stigma. There was miscarriage like suicide, but it doesn't mean that it was any less significant.
Exactly. And, the surprise is no longer arriving, so it's very traumatic for everybody, every possible party of the house, the grandparents, everybody. So it's tough. Is there any more there, Rhonda?
Yes. So we've also got a validation from Monique. "Oh, ladies, my heart is full. Thank you. Cassie mentioned photographs. I have been looking at what photos to print, as my house only has a few, and after living abroad with my family for 7 or 8 years, I have a full drive but nothing with them. Bree mentioned polo shirts. My dad lived in them, and sport jerseys. I have been struggling Yeah, I have been struggling with balancing life with a new promotion at work. His favourite colour was purple. Well, I got that wrong because I said he doesn't like purple.
No, you got it right because you said purple out of all colours to get.
But
you didn't get nothing wrong.
I saw purple and I saw him laugh, and I took that as he didn't like it. But
No,
anyway,
but sometimes they message. So sometimes, like we received a message in like the color purple, but then we can interpret it the wrong way. So we just got to say what we get. Then you did. So you did it right.
So he's saying it. She's saying that, but it did resonate because she has a purple picture from Cambodia where they lived.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
And one more from
Yeah,
Julie
oh,
Robertson.
yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I have been very unsettled in the current house. I also have thought of moving to Toowoomba while waiting, but haven't been able to make my mind up. So thank you for saying just the one move, as it is what we keep getting the feeling to wait. Thank you, ladies. So
Yeah,
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. We'll be back in a minute.
Feel their energy flow through us. Our readings to remember live events will have you signal into your seats. Fascination. Heroes will last a lifetime of memories. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Station sponsor. On the radio. CB's West. Blacktown City Council.
Like everyone, Blacktown City Council
Did you want me? Did you know who I am, yeah? Yeah, on the Saturday or something. Sandy, that's right.
Yeah.
It's right in the light, Alex. It's right in the light.
Right, so sorry.
No, I didn't know. What did you do?
No, but we had a problem on the program before. She was programming, going to come.
Oh.
So I wasn't sure what was happening, so I put on this one down, make sure the shell's okay, and the next shell.
Awesome.
That's the only reason.
Okay, great show. Thank you.
Your Facebook is coming across on the girl, Brianna.
What do you mean, our Facebook?
The audio. There was a problem with the audio. Someone was saying someone wasn't audible on Facebook or something.
Yeah, that was me, but that's from last week. Oh, Brianna. Oh, yeah, no, we fixed it.
Yeah, okay.
She's logged in. If you want to have a look what I do here. That's what I do. So that's the girls there.
Yeah, I'm watching online out there now,
Oh, you
actually.
can see us online. Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I was listening in. As soon as I heard that, I thought, bugger it, I'll tune in.
That's awesome. Thank you.
No worries.
The city's Friendship Media team presents readings to remember live performances. With the power of our amazing spoken word, we convey messages from spirit as we see, hear, and feel their energy flow through us. Our readings to remember live events will have you signal into your seats with excitement and fascination. As our two-hour shows will last a lifetime of memories. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Station sponsor.
And welcome back to Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. You're with Leslie Spalaviro, Rhonda Kelly, Brianna Wilson, Cassie Lake, and we are broadcasting live in the studio with myself as well as Brianna in Western Sydney. Rhonda's up in Queensland. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Brianna. And also Cassie over in Newcastle. And tonight, girls, I can't say how well we're going. So my ghost out in the foyer, he's watching us. He's actually helping us out because apparently before we had our show before, there was some issue on the live radio. So I didn't know, but I didn't touch nothing. But anyway, it's coming through clear, loud and clear, and we sound good. He said it's a great show. So thanks, Mr. Ghost Sandy out there.
Thank you.
I thought he was a ghost.
Casper the friendly ghost.
Yeah. So we are international psychic mediums, and what we do is we relay messages from spirit or your spirit guides or your spirits from your past loved ones through to you, and we send messages via what we feel, hear, see, smell, and anything of the clairs apparently. So if you don't know what the clairs are, look them up, because that's what we do. We also would love validation. So if you have a validation, I like the meaty, detailed validations most of the time. So if you have a validation, don't just send, oh yeah, you were okay, you were right. Now that means nothing to me because I like all the detail. So if you could do that and send us through from either any of our previous weeks or tonight or last night's show. So last night we were on air for 2 hours, and every Tuesday night we're on air 2 hours, 10 o'clock till midnight, and every Wednesday night we're on air from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. If you'd like to send us also a question and have it answered live here on radio, you can send it to our Facebook page, Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air, and put a question in the comment section, and whoever we're drawn to, we will read out tonight, and then all four of us will do the reading for you. So we're also asking everybody to send us your favorite quote. And if you just sent us a quote, try and put a meaning behind it, or if you can, about why you've sent us the quote, because I love quotes myself, and I know the girls do as well. And also like us on our Facebook page, Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. And we'd like to say hello to our top fans, our sharers. Thank you very much. And all our first-time listeners. And we've got some people listening overseas. What's her name? I've forgotten her name. The New Zealand lady, Rhonda, with Jessica from New Zealand. Kia ora, hi. And we've also got Nicole, I'm getting her right now, from over in Montreal overseas, and she's woken up early. So she's woken up, it's probably, I think it would be about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning overseas right now. I think, Nicole, if you can send some message to watch our show. She watches it every week religiously. And last month I gave everybody a challenge, girls, which was to smile at someone, not in a creepy way, of course, but we've got some good we've got some good foundations back.
How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah. And put your tongues in. No, I'm only joking. But we've got some good validations back saying thank you, Leslie, for giving us that challenge, because it actually made some other people smile and made their day, which was really, really nice to hear and see. So this month here, my challenge to everybody is, you can tell I'm a PT, is what have you done, or what will you do to share the love this month? So I don't mean go around kissing everybody and cuddling everybody that know, but just like share some love, because there's not enough love in this world, which is, it'd be nice to see something positive happen again, So I challenge everybody to do that. Do we have any more validations there, Rhonda?
Yeah, we have.
Awesome.
I've got a validation, a comment I'd like to talk about. So Nicole has said, well, ladies, I honestly thought I was being overdramatic. The bullying and the jealousy, it's all there. My manager lets off a silent vibe of negativity also.
Yeah,
the male I'm hoping is a very high up person within the field, and I've been thinking I should contact him to see if he has anything to offer me where he is now. So yeah, absolutely contact him.
Yeah, 100%. Contact him, and I think you'll see something completely different. You go in there with one expectation, and you'll come out there with something else, and you go, "Oh my God, why didn't I do this earlier?" I can feel like the whole world's opened up for you. So do that.
Yeah, just an expansion.
Great idea.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And we also, do we have any others, Rhonda?
Yeah, we not a validation, but it's a comment I wouldn't mind commenting on. So we did talk about miscarriage and suicide, and how they, they're often not validated or not talked about, but it doesn't mean it's any less important or less significant. But Jennifer said she's lost 2 brothers to suicide, and it makes people uncomfortable when they find out. But why does it matter how they died? It doesn't lessen the grief. So
100%.
Yeah,
it's the same grief, isn't it? You still suffer, you still feel the pain and the sorrow,
Yeah, and Jennifer, I can relate. I lost my father to suicide, so it's awful, and people don't like to talk about it, but you know, it's a part of the journey. So, you know,
Exactly.
feel free to talk about it if you want or not. So
Yeah.
everything's okay.
Exactly. And, you know, like girls, sometimes, you know, when somebody passes away and you've got some really close friends or it's someone that's close to you that's passed away, what happens is the people that are around you are so afraid, and I put that in inverted commas, so afraid to upset you. They don't want to say anything, so they avoid you. And it's not because they think you're an alien or whatever it is. They just don't want to upset you. And so don't take that to offense, because later on they'll come about. They feel the sorrow and the pain for you, and they don't want to actually, you know, put you into any more pain. They don't know how to, sometimes they don't know how to cope with when you're crying, or they don't know how to cope with when you're upset, you know, like, so like you can have the best friend in the world, but then all of a sudden you want to tell them something that's deep and meaningful to you, but it doesn't, you think it doesn't mean nothing to them, but it does, but they just don't know how to handle it. They're not counselors, they're not psychologists, you know what I mean? So they actually don't know how to handle it. And that's probably the hardest thing, is the friends always disappear, I find, you know. They always put their hand up, say, oh, I'm here to help you, I'm all ears or whatever, but then they take off and they're not around when it's the real hard times, you know. So but yeah, just hang in there. You know, it's not easy losing someone. That's why we do this, to actually lift up the game. So lift not the game, but lift up the sorrow, take away the pain, and then get the message across and give you something that's lighter than what you've actually been receiving or feeling in the past. You know, and normally it's just, you know, it's the person that's suffering the most that doesn't really realize that they're actually being supported in other ways, spiritual ways, like, you know, getting the angel numbers, having signs for, you know, feathers and, you know, and different things that actually resonate with the actual past person. Do you know what I mean? You girls know what I mean. And so that's why we're here. We do this to educate people, and we do this so that people can actually, you know, feel a lot better. I mean, we don't get paid to do this. We come on air and I pay for this show, and I ask the girls to come on because I want them, because they're brilliant, and I want them to share their gifts as well. And we do this to not get recognition. We just do this so we can share the love and educate people in a proper way, other than the charlatans and all the fakes out there, you know. So and don't start me, girls, because I'm starting to get on a rant, you know. Yes. I really get passionate about this stuff now, don't I? I'm starting to get a bit weird. So we'll go over to a reading. We're going to do Tina Fu, and she's one of our top fans, and she's also a sharer. So thank you for sharing, Tina. She says, can we do a mediumship reading, please, girls, for her dad or Stephen, Stephen? Let's go over to you, Brianna.
Hi, Dal. Look, I'm picking up with your dad, quite a big bloke, probably around 6'2". Definitely a big belly. Loved his striped shirts as well. I do feel that he had a bit of a smoking issue, and possibly not so much an alcoholic issue, but he'd love to have a drink of bourbon every now and again, or at least someone around that area. You know, I'm picking up on somebody, but yeah, we'll get back to that. But no, look, they are proud of where you're going, and you know, like, just notice things around the house, like, you know, tilted photo frames, and you know, like, you know, when you make your bed and how, like, the corner can be folded up sometimes, and something real OCD people can get nitpicky about. I do feel that he leaves things around the house in ways that you're going to notice, but I do feel that it gives you a bit of a mental whirlwind, because you can't figure out what's going on or where it's coming from. But yeah. It's from him. So I just want to leave you with that. Thank you. I'll pass you on to Cassie.
Hi. So straight away, I just got the smell of food cooking. I feel like he really loved his food, or like, you know, or you cook a lot and he loved, I swear it's like roast or something that I can smell. It's actually making me really quite hungry, to be honest with you. But that's a real strong smell that I can feel coming through with him. Also too, he's saying something about, like, to follow up with like what Bree was saying about like having a drink here or there. I don't know if there's a particular day that you get together, like, or you have a drink and cheers, you know, or to make a toast to him, but he just wants to acknowledge, or if it's a particular drink that you have, so day or drink, not too sure, but he just wants to acknowledge that he sees you and he hears you when you do that, and he loves it. So obviously he's not encouraging you to like drink heaps and heaps and heaps, but he's just saying that he that he loves it when you do that. So yeah, he's loving the food, and he's loving the alcohol cheers for him too. So I'll pass you on to Rhonda.
Yeah, I got told Christmas in July, so there's a bit of a celebration thing, and your dad celebrates with you. I'm also drawn to September as being a family celebration, so there's something about that. But I'm also feeling that it'll be a celebration and announcement. So something a bit unexpected this September of this year. With your father and Stephen, I don't, certainly not twins. I feel like Stephen was a personal connection to you, and your father's obviously your father. But I'm being shown like the twin energy, like as in polar opposites. Like your dad was very funny, and Stephen could be funny, but it was like they had either different sense of humor. And I'm feeling that energy. You know, when you see twins together, whether they're boy girl, girl boy, girl girl twins, and one is really active or really animated or really happy, and the other one's just really grumpy. Like it's almost like the opposite. It's kind of that energy. I'm feeling like they had, and I'm also even feeling. I mean, obviously they were different ages, but I'm feeling like Stephen and your father had really similar life journeys at the same age. They're just showing me how similar they were. And that was a good thing, but could also be a bad thing in that they sort of, you would think they wouldn't get along or that sort of thing. So a bit of an interesting dynamic, and I feel like you were all in sort of the soul group and shared past lives, and that sort of thing doesn't normally come through with me, Tina, but I'm feeling like that's something that you just know or just understand. You're quite spiritual in your understanding and your awareness. So yeah, really beautiful energy, Tina, and I'll pass you over to Leslie.
Yeah, hi Tina. As Cassie was talking, I got the number 47 to 48 and 52. So 5 and 2 is 7 as well. I also got October/December. So I feel like there's something like around 27 to 28th of October. I feel like that is either a birthday or an anniversary or something significant on those days. And also December 13 I get. So around that date as well. And I feel like, you know, you're a forward thinker, Tina, I meant to say. And what I feel like is that forward thinking, and you know, you're thinking a lot about Stephen and a lot about your father, which is normal and it's general. But I feel like that these people, I don't know which one it is right now. And if I had a lot more time, I'd be able to tell you. One of them was feeling sick in the stomach and the other one had headaches. So, and I feel like one of them was more red flushed face, and I saw his face, and one of them had swollen legs. And I feel like that the one with the swollen legs was your father, and I feel like the flushed face was your father as well. And I feel like they needed a lot more, water, or you Tina, need more water. And I feel like there's confusion in the conversation with your father when he spoke as well. And I also get, like, for Stephen, anxiety in the chest and a lot of pressure on the chest as well. And I feel like my breath is gone, and I feel like I needed more air, and they show me him gasping for air and in water. So I see swimming and I see water or pool or something like that, and I feel like I'm gasping for air with that one as well. And the message for you, Tina, is to put your head up high and resonate what you feel inside. You know, is beautiful. So resonate that outside, because you're not showing the love. And I don't mean like, you know, run around and pay everybody $1,000 or whatever, but what I mean is resonate the love through the way you feel, and that's quite powerful, because you can actually, you know, your kindness and your generosity will come through even more, and then people will repay that back to you later. And you don't, even though you don't want the credit back or you don't want the information back, but that will actually come forward later in life. And I'm thinking around 2 to 5 years time, things will change for you. It's not always going to be the same. It's not going to be this same environment right now. So I feel like things will settle down a lot more, and it's going to be a lot more stable life for you. And you'll say, oh my God, lessons learned, you know, why didn't I do that years ago? And I'll leave it there. But also I'd like to tell you too, and I just got a huge headache on the back of my head. So, and I feel like my left side is like I'm having a stroke or something, or I'm not saying that you are, but I feel like somebody around you, or it might be the next person actually. I just got, so yeah, I feel like the next person. So if it's not you, Tina, then it's one of the next people I've got written down here. So, and I'll leave it there. Thank you. So ladies, we have a top fan. Her name is Catherine Marie. Hi, Catherine Marie. Thank you for joining us again. She said she's feeling very low at the moment, and she just would love a general reading, girls. So over to you, Brianna.
Oh, well, it's never good when we're feeling low, is it, darling? Look, honestly, keep your spirits up, because a lot of the time, especially at this time of year with coronavirus, it can be quite easy just to, you know, get yourself down in the dumps and be very difficult to get yourself out of it. You know, try and reach out to, you know, a couple of girlfriends. I know I am picking up with you right now that you are thinking, oh, yeah, I don't really trust a couple of people in my social circle at the moment, but I mean, really try and find that one person that you can actually reach out to and trust. Even if it's just getting out just for a breath of fresh air for 20 minutes. minutes, you know, go for a walk. If you actually go for a walk, your brain releases endorphins and it actually naturally makes you feel a little bit better. I know that I've battled depression my whole life, and when I feel like I can't get out of a rut, I just go for a walk around the block and it does the world of good. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Over to you, Cassie.
Okay, so yes, straight away I'm feeling exactly the same as Bree, but I'm also picking up on, I was just getting a bit distracted because there was this very petite lady that was actually trying to talk to me at the same time, just telling me that yes, you're feeling so incredibly low. But she said that she is around you. She's even said that you have acknowledged maybe feeling her. It's either on your, like, it's on your right side, but you are acknowledging the touch. I couldn't quite get enough info out of her before she sort of disappeared for a moment then. But she wants you to know that I don't feel like this was a blood relation though either too. I feel like this was a family friend or she called her an aunt, but she's not actually a blood aunt. She's just there with you. She knows that you are going to pull through it. I know it sounds really cliche, but you really are. But that, yeah, she wants you to, the times that you are feeling someone sort of like right near you, that it is her. And she just wants you to acknowledge that. And she just wants to let you know that she's there. So I'll pass you on to Rhonda.
Thanks, Catherine Marie. It's always
time for you.
Like, yeah. Look, I've actually got a grandmother with you, and I've also got an Indigenous male around you, and I feel like that's unexpected. But I feel like you've got an Aboriginal guide, and he's showing me. He's showing me sort of art and colour as being a therapeutic tool for you. So I feel like if you are not familiar with Aboriginal art, there's a Facebook group called I think it's Sister to Sister, and it's based from Darwin Larrakia people. They have the most amazing art. There's an artist called Sonda Turner, and her work is just absolutely amazing. I feel like if you visualize something like that, I mean, they're expensive to buy, so whether you just have it as a desktop saver or something like that, I feel like that color, that art is going to really resonate, and you're going to feel something that you perhaps don't understand, but I feel like it's your guide actually helping you. So there's a bit of color therapy for you. I also smelt citrus, and I felt the need, I mean, Bree touched on you being outside, but I'm feeling the need for you to grow your own citrus. There's something about some childhood memory or some comfort kind of thing that's going to resonate with you. It's going to make you feel warm and fuzzy by having citrus. And I also had a bit of a taste of iron in my mouth, so I feel like you're a little bit anemic. So, it's worth going to your doctor and just getting blood tests, checking your iron levels, all the rest of it. So I feel like the combination of those things, Catherine Marie, will help you feel better. Thanks.
Yeah. So, Catherine, what I get is number 22 and 24. So 22 is 4 and 24 is 6. So I feel like those are significant numbers around you. And I also had a headache for you as well. And I feel like you're deficient in a few essential vitamins and minerals. So like Rhonda said, go to the doctor. But I highly recommend going to either a really good top naturopath or a functional medicine doctor where they do the naturopath and the doctor side of it as well. So they can do the blood test and the naturopathic side as well. I also got yellow flowers, so and a sore neck. So when I was writing everything down, when Rhonda was talking, my neck was killing me. So, and I feel like this is a time for you to either have some sort of relaxation, and also even though you're feeling low, sometimes when you're feeling low, there's not enough care about yourself. So and as I put my personal trainer hat on, I'm going to kick you up the butt. So get out of the bed, get out of the house, and get moving, because as soon as you lift up those hormone levels in your body, you actually start to feel better. And if it's a time where things are low, all you have to do is turn on some good music as well, and that'll lift your spirit. So, crank up the music, get in the car, get moving, get your headphones in and get out of the house, because it's times where people are really, locked down right now, and it's times where, things are changing. So brace yourself for, in a few months, everybody should be bracing themselves for bad energy with what's happening in the world at the moment, just to be more locked down, etc., blah, blah, blah. However, I'm not wishing that on anyone, believe me. But what I'm suggesting to you is to get out of the house and make sure that you're looking after yourself. and push yourself. Nobody's going to do this for you. I can tell you over the air, but I can't actually physically go there. If I knew where you lived, I might be able to, but no. I am a personal trainer, right? But I can come kick your butt, but I won't be doing that. So I have to do it on the air. And I'm just saying to you, when you're feeling low, it's a time where your hormones are all low because you're actually not moving. So when you move, or you have a good belly laugh, or you have, some good company or good music, it all lifts different hormone levels in your body, and it makes you feel better. So that's my tip to you, and that's not a spiritual thing. That's just my PT hat. So, and I'll leave it there, and all the best, and let us know how you go. We're still here to help you though too, by the way, Catherine, if you need anything in the future. So ladies, we've also got Vicky Kelly, and she'd love a love reading, please. So over to you, Brianna.
Hi, Vicky.
Brianna.
Hi, Vicky. Look, I'm picking up at the moment that, a relationship has probably either just ended, or you're about to enter into one that is probably not of nice nature. I do feel that there is another guy behind the one that you're looking at the moment, if you know what I'm talking about, and that's the one that is going to help you grow. I feel that at this current stage with this one, that it's going to be a bit difficult, especially if you haven't met this gentleman yet. It's something to look out for when it comes to red flags. He's going to be all of them. That's how I'm feeling at the moment. So at least you've got the heads up for that one. But yeah, not this relationship or the next possibly, but the one after that, you're going to have a bit of a better luck with, the males that you attract. All right, I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thanks, Vicky. Yeah, I'm feeling like you need to let love in, and it actually feels like what you're doing now is decluttering and working out what you want and don't want. And there's a bit of humour with that. I'm seeing you with a friend having wine and just sort of laughing about it. And I actually feel like open up or share a bit more of your thoughts, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of similarities with this friend, and you're going to learn and grow a bit. You almost like don't like chatting about your life or personal detail, but I feel like in this case it's a matter of personal growth and realization. And I'm actually drawn to, like, I feel like at the end of next month, so the end of August going into September, the Mr. Right's coming in. So thanks for that. Pass you over to Cassie.
Thanks, Rhonda. So very similar to what the other two ladies were saying, is that right now I can't see that the person who is going to enter your life for good is them right now. So it makes sense as to where Rhonda's saying, towards the end of the month, like I'm feeling more that sense too, like you don't actually know them at the moment. But yeah, I totally agree with everything that Rhonda and Brie were saying, is that you need to open up a bit more and let love in, and just let it happen organically. And it's going to flow in. And yes, I definitely do see that happening around the same stage that Rhonda said. So thank you. I'll pass you on to Leslie.
Yeah, hi Vicky. I will say it again. Love should never hurt, and I don't feel like this is going to be hurting for too long. I get 2 to 3 weeks to. I say weeks, but I feel like it's going to drag out to 2 to 3 months as well. So in 2 to 3 weeks, it'll change, but then it's still going to drag out a bit longer than that. And I feel like you're on a roller coaster at the moment. So, there's lots of red flags. It just showed me red flags. And I feel like the red flags are actually giving you anxiety, and you know what's going on. And don't be fooled, with, and this is to all girls, don't be fooled just because they love bomb you for 2 or 3 months doesn't mean that they're going to continue the same thing going on. The true colors will come out later. And thanks, Sandy, for the validation out there. He's nodding his head. The true colours will come out later. And I always say, always have your doubt. And if you've got one doubt, then you're protecting yourself from something that's going on. And I don't need to be negative or, sound, I don't know what's the word, Rhonda, you're the expert. What's the word?
Yeah, negative sounds good.
Yeah, okay. So I'll stick with negative. If it feels negative or it's not going in the right direction, something's not right. Because if they were like this in the start, then that could be their fake aura or their fake personality. But if it continues, more than 6 months past the honeymoon period, I always say, then that should be, and I'm not an expert, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a counsellor, but that's from experience. And I not that I've had 50,000 men to actually to say I'm an expert, but anyway, Sandy's going off out there. But I think I better leave it there, girls. Yes, so I'm actually the only thing is that you three have all got partners and I don't have one. So what am I talking about? Oh God, help me. So do we have any validations, Rhonda?
Just when you were talking, I just got a glimpse of I think my very first court appearance, and it was another junior lawyer. We were both really nervous and all the rest of it. And this lawyer sort of said a piece, said a mention, and she kept talking because she was so nervous. And the magistrate actually glared her under the glasses and said, "Stop talking." So it's funny. I just heard those words, "Stop talking," when you were talking, Leslie.
Oh, good. Okay, that means I better shut up then. So tell us about the validation.
We took validation. So, Leslie, we've got a validation for you from last night, Nicole Byers.
Okay.
She did find out that the grandmother passed before her older sister. So you got that in your message last night.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Thanks, Nicole.
And one of the recent ones we did was Tina Fu. So while everyone knew my dad was cooking, he did have a drink. I don't drink, haha. He just had a birthday, and my stepson that also passed in September, and my sister's first anniversary is also in September. And I am splitting image of my dad, Ian, is not Stephen, LOL. And my son is a little dad. Oh, ladies, I need to rewatch this as everything is spot on, and I'm freaking out. He did have a heart attack. He was having a drink. He had pains in his chest. Stubborn bugger wouldn't go to the doctor. And he was a jokester. So he probably made you see Stephen from me writing stepson, just like him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so thank you, Tina.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. I love meaty, detailed validations, as I keep saying. So, and ladies, we're going to go over to Rach Rara, and she also gave us a quote. She said, this is a really good quote. I haven't heard this one before. She said, "I didn't come to play the game." She said, I came to change the game. And then our other top fan, Lenny Dorr, comes along and he says to Rach Rara, he says, "I didn't come to play the rules." He goes, I came to make my own rules.
Lenny.
He's always looking out for us.
I think one of them was the Monty Python one, I think from The Life of Brian, always looking the bright side of life.
Yeah, well, thanks, Lenny. Thanks for all your support, Lenny, too. We really appreciate it, and we know that you stick up for us when trolls come on, but I've had to delete a couple already, but anyway, we'll sort them out later. So, girls, we're going to go over to Rach Rara, and she said she'd love to have a mediumship reading for her dad. She said, and will she, if we can do either one or the other, she said, will she achieve her career dream? Over to you, Brianna.
The career dream really stuck out to me just then when you said that, Leslie, because yes, absolutely. Because if you put your mind to it, then you're going to achieve it. If you have any doubt, then you're going to put a block in the way. Okay, you need to, as Leslie said, stop walking around with the question mark and be the exclamation mark. So yes, if you have the drive and if you have the willpower and if you have the sight of actually getting this finished, then go for it, because it's never, coming from me, I know this is rich, but it's never good having any task go undone. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So just, stick to it. Yes. I'll leave it at that. Over to you, Cassie.
Hi. Okay. So, thank you, Brie. I straight away picked up on your dad, and I straight away got the smell of I don't know if it's roses. I'm not very good with my flowers, but it's got a really nice scent of flowers. I don't know if he used to bring you flowers or your mum or a female in the family flowers, but that's straight away what I got drawn to. And he said he's wanting to acknowledge that you are noticing that particular smell that is linked to him, which I believe is flowers. I could probably be wrong, but it is a very nice sweet smell. And he wants you should know that, when you are smelling, that is most definitely him. And then he just wants to let you know that he is with you. So I'll pass you on to Rhonda.
Yeah, thanks, Rach Rara. Definitely you will achieve your career dream. I'm feeling not yet. Like it's kind of like you're going to have stepping stones and then a bit of a side step. And I'm feeling a bit more sort of work experience and a bit more study as well. And by that I don't mean, go back and do another degree. I'm seeing sort of on the job training or, going off site for a couple of days a week around this study. And I'm actually drawn to March, April of next year. I feel like that's going to be quite significant in kind of like a turning point of and almost like an expansion of what you could be doing. I feel like you're going to sort of take a sidestep around that time, and there's something about you that is a bit unique about the way that you think, as in you're going to offer something a bit unique. So it almost feels like you've gone from one career to another, and that sort of different work experience has given you a different perspective. So you are going to be really successful. I feel like you're really going to fill a void, and I don't feel like you've even realised that yet. So and what your dad's saying is don't limit yourself. Like just aim for the stars, basically. And I don't know whether you used to watch the stars with him as a little girl or something like that, but I just keep seeing stars, and I'm being shown, reach for the stars, aim for the stars. So thanks, Rach.
Yes, Rach. I will leave the girls with the dream job. I feel like they've done an amazing job on that reading for you there, but I'm just going to go over to you, Dad, and read the Dad. So what I feel with Dad was that he was quite dry in the throat and his chest was quite tight. And I feel like that he had, sort of, I can't say because you don't know because I'm trying to tell you, but I feel like that he's I feel like that his throat was it was really hard to swallow, and it was really tough for him to swallow, and he had it was like he was really dehydrated and he couldn't swallow because he did not have that part of the saliva there, or something wasn't right with the mouth part. That's what I'm getting. And I also got headaches, and I feel like that he was quite stubborn in his life as well, and he's telling me that he was dizzy at times and fell over. So, and I know that's general, but I feel like that the right side of my leg, I feel like that when he'd fallen, that part got hit the most, or something happened to that side of his body. And I also want to say that for yourself, he's worried about you with your back, Rach, and I feel like that this is been a long-term thing, and I feel like that it's been from sitting down too much or not doing enough movement or strength. So PT hat on again. Another one to get out and get moving and build up some strength for yourself, please, because otherwise this is going to tax you in the future. So, whatever you're doing now is not enough. It's actually, he's saying to me, he's always told you that you're like elastic band or something like that, that you're very flexible, but, your joints need strength and muscles to hold them together. So get around and doing that. That's what he's more concerned about is your health of yourself. And, I'll leave it there. He actually saying to me, drink more water for yourself as well. I don't know if it's you that I'm picking up on, Rach, or your dad for that one, actually. And I'll leave it there. And girls, we're over to another quote. We just got another quote from Nicole. I'm getting that right now, that name, Nicole, or Nikki. She says, this is the quote: most of us think of ourselves as thinking creatures that feel, but we are actually feeling creatures that think. That's cool. How cool is that?
Yeah, interesting.
Really quite different, isn't it? So and we'll go over to Brie Gilmore. She says, anything for me. Over to you, Cassie.
Oh, sorry, what was the question? I apologize.
She says, anything for me. So just general.
And what was her first name?
Brie.
Brie?
Yeah.
Brie? Okay.
Yeah. Not the
Hi,
Brie.
Yes, hi, sorry. That's where I was getting a little bit muddled up. Sorry, Brie. Okay, so I am just picking up straight away. My heart started racing when I heard your name. I know that sounds as weird as that sounds, but I started feeling like a bit of anxiety. And also my throat's just gotten quite dry. I don't know if you can hear it. All of a sudden my voice has started to change. Yeah. So I don't know if that's exactly how you're feeling right now in this particular moment, or if there is something that you are thinking about that is causing you to feel this way. But yeah, definitely up your water intake. I'm feeling really like I need to start sculling a litre of water after this. But I do feel that it is unnecessary stress that you are putting upon yourself at the moment. I feel like you just need to just step back, chill out. I can't see exactly what it is that's doing this to you, but you are putting too much stress on something that you should not be stressing so hard about. I hope that makes sense. So I shall pass you on to Rhonda.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Brie. I feel the need to tell you to change your hair. It feels like you've either ended the relationship or just achieved something. And ending a relationship can be seen as an achievement if you've realised something and you realised it's not working. It's just a feeling like you've just shifted the energy and sort of stepped away. So you're really starting to raise your vibration a bit. But I am feeling a bit of sort of anger issues with you, and I'm being drawn to a little dog. I don't know whether someone's got a chihuahua or a pug or something, a little dog that's really annoying you. And I feel like every time you think of this dog or see this dog, it annoys you more than it should. So, that's sort of, if you think of the way you're reacting, it's a little bit disproportionate to how annoying the dog is. I actually feel like it's really cute. It's not annoying. So it just kind of, whether you need to meditate or do yoga. Actually, I'm seeing you sort of stretching. I'm seeing a yoga mat. And I also feel a need to tell you to do things in a different place. Like if you normally go, and I'm seeing like a long hallway, like whether you do yoga in a hallway, but go outside, like where you've got more space. You're not having to worry about doing downward dog and kicking the wall or something like that. Like this, just sort of shake that up a bit, and I feel like that's going to help your mood and sort of regulating your mood a bit. And then I feel like you will eventually like this dog. So thanks for that, Bree. I'll pass you over to Bree.
One thing I have noticed, and I'm going to back up Rhonda with this one when it comes to the annoyance of the dog, is that until we deal with something, it's going to keep coming to show up in front of ourselves until we can actually deal with the issue. I know I've suffered from a bad temper, for my whole life pretty much, and it is very difficult to work on. And little things can just irritate you because it's a trigger that you need to deal with. A trigger is your teacher. So I recommend that whenever you do feel that you're going to get, especially set off or triggered, to kind of look inward to figure out what's making you have this reaction. There's always something buried under there. Thank you. I'll leave it at that. Over to you, Les.
Yeah. Hi, Bree. I got, when Rhonda was talking and Cassie was talking, I got breathe and I got relaxed, and I feel like there's a lot of anxiety with you at the moment. And the guidance that the girls give you is so powerful. What we do is we give a powerful message to you. It's whether you want to take it on board or not, and it's up to you. So that's the message for you today. It's whatever you want to do, you can do. It's up to you how you deliver it, how you take it, how you want to move on in life, and it's not a rehearsal, this life, it's the real thing. So when you're moving forward in life, you're making big steps and big progress. Like the men didn't get to the moon because they took little steps. They took big leaps and bounds. That's what what's his name? Armstrong's was one small step for man is one giant step for mankind. And that's the saying that I want to leave with you, because I feel like that you can do anything you want, Bree, but you're actually just holding back and you're too afraid, or the self-esteem is a little bit low at the moment, but you need to lift that up and just know that you're confident and that you can do what you want to do when you put your mind to it, and it will work, because they say that where you put energy, where focus goes, energy flows. And that's another beautiful saying that I've always loved, and that comes from The Secret. So if you haven't watched The Secret, The Laws of Attraction, I highly recommend. I talk about it all the time. So go and watch the documentary The Secret, or the Think and Grow Rich movie as well. They're both on Facebook. Not Facebook, YouTube, and they're both free. Just go and watch the movie, and you'll say to yourself, "Oh my God, why didn't I have this 10 years ago?" It'll change your life. It's done that for me several times, and I'm where I am now, and I never thought I'd be here, but I am where I am now because I wanted it, I planted it, and I actually manifested it there. So you can do the same as well, Bree, and I'll leave it there. And all the best, and let us know what happens. So. If you've just tuned in, we are International Psychic Mediums. We're called Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. You can go to our Facebook page and send us a question, and we will answer it live here on Facebook, as well as Twitch, as well as YouTube, as well as on air on SWA 99.9 FM. So, ladies, we've got a lady by the name of Mel Annie. She said she would love a mediumship reading, please, from her dad. So, over to you, Cassie.
Hi, so can I please get her first name again?
Mel Annie, A-N-I-E.
Yep, Mel. Hi, Mel. Straight away with your dad, I am getting this laugh. I'm hearing this great sort of barrel laugh. He just seems like such a happy-go-lucky guy. Your dad, again, it's with a lot of other people that we've been reading tonight. There is a lot of stress that everybody is putting upon themselves at the moment. I understand with COVID, excuse me, with COVID it is, everyone's feeling that pressure. But your dad just wants you to know that obviously, he is there with you, okay? There is light at the end of the tunnel. I just feel that you need to start, you need to stop putting that pressure. There's this just pressure of just everything. I feel like you're just worried about everything and you're pressuring like to find an answer for everything here and there. But your daddy just wants you to stop stressing. Like he's always with you. I just feel like this big warm hug when I'm around him, and he just has this really beautiful laugh. Like it's just, I know it sounds a bit odd to be talking about his beautiful laugh with you stressing and stuff, but he just wants you to remember that part of him, and that he's always just hugging and around you, and that everything will be all right. So cool. I shall pass you on to Bree. Thank you.
Hi, Mel. Look, one thing I can't stop is the smell of sawdust, or at least dust, or at least being outdoors in the outdoor terrain, especially when it comes to hard work. I feel that he was very good with his hands, especially when it came to doing like manual labor and work. I'm seeing plums, or some sort of plumbing, or carpenter, or something to do with manufacturing item. I am picking up on a very masculine energy as well, something that was very protective as well. The protective energy that I'm feeling around you is what you're kind of relying on to get you through a difficult time, and I think that you know what I'm talking about. So he's always there. I do agree with Cassie. He's always there. He's all around you. I do feel that he's constantly going, I'm here. Why won't you see me? I'm here. Yeah. And I think that you need to just kind of sit back and observe things that are going missing in the house, or things that just fall off the shelf. Or I feel he was a very cheeky man. I feel he was a very cheeky person, and he would kind of pull practical jokes, have jokes on you all the time, just to kind of get everyone to smile. So I'll leave it at that. Over to you, Rhonda.
Yeah, thanks, Melanie. Yeah, look, it's exactly the same. He was very practical, but also a practical joker, and there's a lot of humour in that, which is beautiful. And I feel like his practical jokes really got on your nerves, but you miss them. So it's kind of, and like Bree said, there's little things that happen, and things are moved, and you think, I'm sure I put it on that side, not that side. So there's a bit of humour in that still, but that's really just a reminder for you just to sort of lighten up and know that he's there supporting you. That's the biggest thing. There's a lot of support then. It's almost like his way of sort of shifting that energy for you to laugh and have humour, rather than because I feel like it happens when you are sort of bogged down in your thoughts, or you're trying to understand something, and when you can't find something, or something's been moved, that's him shifting the energy sort of for you to lighten up a bit. I'm also drawn to sort of like carpentry, but I'm also drawn to landscaping. I feel like he sort of went to different places to work. Like I can't see him working in one place. I feel like he enjoyed being able to go out to different places, not just into one place. And there's something about carpentry, but sort of like whether he made furniture for being outside or something like that. So he had a good sort of landscape brain. He was able to know what was functional and practical, and what would sort of suit the requirements. So yeah, really, really interesting man, I feel. So thanks, Melanie. Pass you over to Leslie.
Yeah, Melanie, when the girls were talking, I got the number 23. So 2 and 3 is 5. So those numbers there must be significant, or dates significant to you. And I also got the number 37. If that's not significant, then I've got to add that together, which is 10 and 1. So I'll leave them numbers with you, but I feel like that they were quite significant numbers to you. And I also had a headache for your father as well. And for the life of me, I don't know why, but I wrote this down as well. He said wood, light, and bubbles. And I don't understand what that means, but I had to write it down and tell you, because otherwise the messages will stop. And I also get a slow blink. So he's shown me that he used to blink really slowly, and he's shown me that the eyesight wasn't very good, and I feel like my voice is changing, and I feel like there's a whole big sharp pain in my chest, and I feel like that the pain in my chest was part of his passing. And he's saying to me that he's had quite a few things. You can hear my voice change, and you can feel that his last breath was quite hard on him, and I felt like it was in his chest, or his heart attack, or something in the chest area. And I also get the left ear, and my left ear was quite when I feel like there's something wrong with their ear, or they need a hearing aid, or they were deaf, or something like that, I feel it in one side more than the other. So, and I feel like the left ear for me, and it's not me because it's gone, I feel like that was quite, he was either having problems hearing, or was meant to get a hearing aid and he couldn't say it. So that's what he's saying to me now. And I feel like that he's always he's saying, I always loved you. He said, no matter what I did with you, and in the days, he said the times were tough, and he said I didn't mean to say and do some things that I didn't mean to say and do. So in other words, he roused on you, or whatever the case may be. He's saying I didn't mean to do it, and he feels quite regretful of that. But however, he says you've turned out to be the person that I always envisaged, and always the person that I wanted to see in you. And he's saying, no matter what, and my voice is changing again. You can hear it. And take a breath. I feel like like his voice resonates through, and I feel like that he's saying to me that he's always on your side, or the left side. Actually, Nick, come to think of it, if you're not feeling him on your left side, and you can hear my voice change again, then he's actually putting the hands on the shoulders, and you feel the pressure on your shoulders. So take note of that, because he's around you quite a lot, and he knows that you're suffering at the moment, and he feels that, and he sees that, and he's saying to you, look at the bright light, and the bright light will shine through. And he's saying every time you look at the sun or feel the sun's rays, and the rays of sunlight will raise back to him, and that's what he wants you to remember. He's also showing me a little garden seat where he used to sit on, or in the garden or something like that. I can't quite see it right now, but he's shown me that he had his favorite chair in the lounge room, and the lounge room chair, or the lounge, was like a recliner, and he's flicked his legs up, and I think that's like a light color by the look of it now. And yeah, I just want to go back to, he's saying to me, stop the tears, get on with it, remove all the sorrow. He says, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm comfortable now. He says, I'm happy in my spot now. He says, I didn't want you to suffer with me. He said, I didn't want anybody to suffer with me, but I want you to move on. He says, I want you to be happy, and I want you to know that I'm always there for you. I'm never leaving your side. And I know that's a bit general, but that's the strongest message I can push through to you. So, and Mel, I'll leave that there. Thank you very much. Let us know with the validations, please. Girls, we've also got a couple of quotes, and I like this one from Nicole Byers. She's one of our top fans. Thanks, Nicole. And she says, I always love the quote. She says, this is what I say too, and I really resonate with this one. She says, other people's opinions of me are none of my business, which is so true. If somebody doesn't like you, well, who cares? It's none of your business. If they don't like you, that's their problem. Move on. I don't really care either. So, and if you did worry about it, then you're only just going to live a life of, that's when, your self-esteem comes down. That's when you start to feel, oh, look, I've got to do this because they're going to not approve of that. Well, if you're going to have to worry about that all your life, then that's just going to traumatize you for the rest of your life. So they don't actually pay you to eat, they don't actually pay your bills, so don't worry about them if they can't say hello to you or anything like that. And I always got taught that it doesn't cost money to say hello. So, and if they don't like you, bad luck, who cares? If they talk about you, who cares? What can you do? They're just jealous, and that, move on. We've got another quote, girls, from Nicole again, and she says, was it not my monkeys, not my circus?
Yep.
I love that.
I use that one too.
Wasn't it from the Wizard of Oz?
Industry a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We like to distinguish ourselves from the monkeys.
Yeah.
Wow, that's going to come back tenfold now.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get involved with that one.
Yeah. No comment.
There is a primate. I realised the other day there is a primate that's venomous, and it's called the slow loris or something like that, or the sloth loris. It's the cutest little thing, but apparently if it bites you, it's venomous. It's really funny.
Yes.
The sloth, is it?
No, the one with the big eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, it's funny.
You'll have to send me a photo. I don't know what you're talking about.
They're very strange looking.
We'll be back in a sec. We'll same as some psychics, but anyway.
Big eyes.
Oh, whoops. Oh dear. Oh.
And welcome back to Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. And if you've just tuned in to us, we are international psychic mediums. And what we do is we relay messages from spirit to you. So we've got Rhonda Kelly in Queensland. We've got Cassie Lake over in Newcastle. And we've got Brianna Wilson. She's over in the Western Sydney. And I'm in the studio here with our ghost Sandy out in the foyer. So, and it's actually a real person, but he frightened the life out of me. But anyway, you won't go there. So do we have any more validations there, Rhonda?
Yeah, we do. Beautiful one from Diane Jackson. So we've got two. So Diane has said, Leslie, just wanted to let you know that your prediction months ago has been right so far, and I'm trying to find a podcast, but that's okay.
Oh,
so thank you.
Which name was that?
So this was Diane Jane. So I'm not sure exactly I'm not sure exactly what the prediction was, but it was spot on.
Yeah, Diane, send us the prediction, or I might be able to remember which one it was, which podcast it was, which Facebook Live.
Yeah, absolutely. And also Rach Rara, who read, she was after will she achieve the career dream or at mediumship with her father? She said, thanks, Bree. Doubts setting in. My dad loved petunias and his flower garden, Cass. Yes, thanks, Rhonda. April on my time frame. My son and I look at Poppy in the stars most nights. Lol. Thanks, Leslie. Dad very stubborn. Had several falls, broke his back, and my back is aching right now.
Oh, because I had a sore back.
Yeah. Wow. Dad called me. You love this one. This is great.
Right.
Dad called me olive oil when I was young because I was thin and flexible. Many blessings, lovely ladies. Thank you, Elaine, for the stars. Beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, thank you. Wow. Yeah, I said that she was flexible because I could see he showed me that she was like spinning around, and like the Incredibles, that flexibility one, whatever her name is, out of the Incredibles.
Elastigirl. Yeah, she's great.
I like her the most. Then I used to like that fast one. What was the last one's name?
Baby Jack.
Jack, yeah.
He just cries
and then does some magic trick. I wish I could do that. Imagine if we could do that, eh? Oh, that'd be beautiful.
What magic power would you like?
Oh, wow. I'd like to be like Harry Potter and go invisible. Wouldn't that be cool, huh?
Yeah.
What about yourself, Rhonda?
I'd like to be Harry Potter, but have the wand and say Expelliarmus and just, get rid of something or someone. That would be awesome.
Sometimes with his wand, he got it wrong. So
yeah, but that's okay. You're not the person being aimed at. So that's okay.
Wave that wand at me. When you come in here next time into the studio, I'm going to say, you got your wand with you, Rhonda, or what?
Yeah.
How about yourself, Cassie?
I would just love to be able to fly. Really?
Oh, right. Well, you're going to fly, but not right now. So.
No, but I've always been wanting to do that since I was very, very little. It's just fly, but fly
like actually physically fly a plane?
No, like fly. Like just take off right now. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So if we see someone on the news from Newcastle jumping off a building, we'll know it's Cassie, all right? But Cassie, you've got to have wings and you've got to know how to do it, all right? And you've got to have like a little propeller on your head or something,
gosh. We're in trouble if you see me doing that, but yeah.
Yeah, well, that's right. I'm going to say we didn't have her on the show, no, so she had nothing to do with us. And over to you, Bree, what would you, if you had some special power, what would it be?
Oh.
Here we go. She's going to throw a curly one.
Look, to fly would have to be my first one, but my main one would have to be being able to move things with the power of thought. Would be a thing for me, I think, definitely.
Right.
That would be pretty cool superpower, I think. Especially when you can just kind of point your finger, move the car over there,
That's like with Rhonda with the thing. Yeah, her wand.
I can relate to that. I would love to be able to do that. I'd love to be able to say things as well and then make it happen in the future. And like sometimes because you're psychic, you actually predict it, then sometimes you actually want to think that you actually made it happen.
Yes.
Weirdly, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
It sounds weird, but it actually, like some of the stuff that I say, it actually comes through and I go, oh my God, did I actually make that happen? Or, am I God? Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm only joking. But am I a queen? Am I like an angel or something? We want to be, but anyway, we're not. So girls, I can't find any more questions. I've lost my spot.
Have you got another validation?
Oh, awesome.
I've got another validation from Melanie. Thank you, ladies. Spot on as always. Dad had a cheeky sense of humour and was always putting something together or making things in the backyard. He had breathing and chest issues and fought hard right up until his last breath. Oh, and he loved his recliner lounge. I do feel as though I can't feel him sometimes. Knowing he is always there is very comforting. Cannot thank you all enough. So beautiful.
that's
Thank you, Melanie.
beautiful.
Very welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Melanie. Yeah, love that. So, girls, I found one. We've got Nicole Byers. She's one of our top fans as well. She said she'd love a mediumship connection, please, ladies. Over to you, Bree.
Mediumship connection. Nicole, I'm picking up on an elderly feminine energy, possibly a great grandmother or an auntie, perhaps. I am picking up. She wasn't in a wheelchair from what I'm seeing, but she was very, very frail, and she loved the color purple, and she loved cotton or woolen. I'm picking up on the like the woolen cardigans with the dots over it as well. You know that I don't. If there was a more pleasant word to describe what this I can smell, but it's like a mothball kind of smell in a way. You know what? Like I think every elderly person has that smell in their drawers, but that's what I'm picking up. And someone that loved grapes. Grapes are one I like red grapes, and she loved getting out into the gardens and everything like that. She's encouraging you to go back into your inner child and to kind of dig up who you used to be when you were a kid, because that's what's really going to save you going through your turmoil right now. All right, I'll leave it at that. Over to you, Rhonda.
Yeah, thanks, Nicole. Look, I've got a lady and I've got a gentleman here. With the lady, I'm getting just incredible leg cramps in my right foot. But so it's below the knees, but it's just the right sort of calf in particular is just absolutely killing me. So I'll let you take that back. And the man I feel is actually the father of you. So I feel like this lady's your grandmother, and I feel like the man I've got is her father, and I feel like he had a stroke, and after the stroke he lost his eyesight. Like I'm seeing my eyes just going blurry. So and there was a feeling of just I'm also smelling something like I'm smelling like you know when you go into a home or a country, sort of when you're driving through the country, you've got the smell of people having the fires and that sort of thing. So I'm smelling that around that. So I feel like there was a rural connection with him to your grandmother, is what I'm feeling. But I feel like the leg issue is almost like it's a signing. I don't know whether you're getting cold feet as well. I feel like there's circulation issues around you, Nicole, and you do need to sort that out, but it's more the right side more than the left side. So I don't know what that means for you, but I'm also feeling there's a bit of imbalance, and that's around time as well, your time and energy. So that's what I feel the message is for you, Nicole. So thanks for that. I'll pass you over to Cassie.
Hey, thanks, Nicole. So straight away I picked up on it was a grandmother energy, like the other two ladies were saying, but I see her walking up and down a hallway a lot. I don't know if that's got to do with the cramps, like she's trying to, relieve her legs, but I do see her walking backwards and forwards quite a bit. She is pointing out too that she feels that there is a wall in this hallway or somewhere that she's walking along, which she's commenting is quite bare, and that there needs to be something put there or something. Like that's just her personal opinion. Now also too, she's saying that, I don't know if you've been looking at something like, like your heritage, like ancestry.com or something, or, something like that. And no, I'm not plugging them or anything like that. But she's saying that you really need to do that. I don't know if you're going to do your DNA test or something like that to just figure out more about your background and heritage and all that sort of thing, but she's suggesting, like it's a great idea that you should really get onto that. But yeah, so you've got a bare wall, and also that you should be doing your ancestry, like looking up your history and things like that. So thank you, and I'll pass you on to Leslie.
Yeah, I just got to go really quickly because we've got to change over and we've got to unpack everything. But anyway, what I get for you, Nicole, is left side headaches and pins and needles with this person, and I feel like it was your father or grandfather in the passing. And I also got nose and sinus area, and I feel like that he's or you are suffering, one of you is suffering with that. Now the headaches have gone away. So, and I also get the number 23 and 24, and I just want to say 5 and 6 for that as well. So 5, and it's telling me 56, I wrote 55, so 55 to 56, and 5 to 6 weeks away, there's going to be some significant changes for you as well. And this person is overlooking you, shining the sunshine on you. So brace yourself for a few little things, and I have to cut it short, and I apologize for that as well. So well done, ladies. What a fantastic show tonight. It's probably the one of the ones that I haven't felt so uncomfortable, especially like last week. It was really good. Well done.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to join us again next week, we'll be live next week on Tuesday night at 10 o'clock till midnight, as well as Wednesday night next week, 8 till 10. And we want to say good night. Good night, girls.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Thanks, everyone.
And
Thank you.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The Sydney Sergeant Media team presents Women's live performances. With the power of our amazing Sergeant Williams, messages from spirit as we see, hear, and feel the energy flow through us. Our readings to remember live events will have you sitting on the edge of your seats with excitement and fascination. As our thrilling shows will last a lifetime of memories. Visit our information.